is this?
All right, I'm in. So is Kinga. And it's
Started up the meeting?
Kinga's on. It
Huh?
says Kinga is on.
Who was on?
Kinga Cook. She was my,
Why can't I get on as CCCD vice president?
I don't know. But I can't, let's see. Yeah, there are two participants, Kinga and me.
I was trying to unmute myself. Here I am. I can't get my my video to go. Let's see.
Down in the, Kinga, down in the lower left-hand corner,
Yeah,
there's a little camera.
yeah.
If you click on that,
Yeah,
and you must have a TV on in the background.
I do, yeah.
Yep, you're gonna have to kill
Yeah, I
the,
gotta turn that off.
or kill the sound. Mute the sound. Yeah, okay, now you muted both. All right, I have me and I have Kinga. So she got on,
Well, my problem is like I did wrong password.
and I got in
So
I got in using the link on the website.
the one I put there today.
Yeah. Kinga, you probably can hear me. Unmute yourself for a minute. I need to ask you something.
I don't.
No, we don't. Yes. Yeah, officially, that's not our office out
Wait,
there.
what's the meeting passcode? What's the
What?
meeting passcode?
The meeting passcode.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I did was,
Okay, here I am.
okay, Kinga, what link did you click to get in?
The one on the front of the, that you told me to do yesterday.
The front of the website?
Yep, yep.
Okay,
Now I'm locked out for 30 minutes.
But I can't get my, I can't get any video to work. I'm gonna go back out. Oh, let's see, wait a minute.
well, as long as we got you, no, hang on. Okay, she used the website
Yeah, I did.
and I used the website.
Mhm.
Passcode 33804.
Screen. Oh,
Nope, incorrect meeting.
But that, what?
okay, what are you kids up to?
No, we're
What's
trying to
meeting
get
ID?
connected.
Oh, okay, yeah.
250.
Well, so am I. I cannot get the video to work.
But can you see me?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
I can see you perfectly. Yes, ma'am.
572-805.
Okay.
What happens when you go to the CCCGC website?
805.
Oh, there I went.
And there I am.
And there
Yeah.
you are. Okay.
Yes. Hello, hello.
Hello.
George, that's not the password again.
Okay, we got Kinga, we got me, we got Dick's audio.
Yep.
Connecting to audio. Okay, because what we want to do is we want you to be able to sort of see the crowd.
Okay. I can see the crowd. The crowd is now waving.
Smile,
crowd is
Paul.
now waving.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Dick, you're frozen. Why? It just takes a while. That's what it is.
Okay, and once he starts teaching, Kinga, you gotta mute.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I just wanted to test it out. I'm glad I did because holy smokes.
okay.
But
We're not
he's-
gonna be able to see the whole crowd.
Okay, but you know what? He's frozen. I just
Yeah.
want to let you know that, right? You see that?
My video's not on.
No, his video is not on yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you see George?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I got,
The way.
okay, they're not gonna be able to see everything, but at least they'll see some. Is that what you're looking for? Okay,
I think it was Francis.
and they'll be able, well, then they should see Fran.
Yeah, that's the one thing you couldn't see was the crowd.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm up and running
Oh, you sure are.
and I'm gonna be leaving, but, oh geez, Dick.
Are you considered the host? Yeah, maybe you zoom in through mine. Is yours
Oh,
the host?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you should be
So
too.
are you on as the host?
Uh,
You did under me, right?
There we go.
Go to participants and see what it says your name.
whoops,
Oh, jeez.
it just says Rose Me. It doesn't say host.
Okay,
Who's the
let's
host?
name. Just-
Let's see,
Uh,
because the host disabled participant screen sharing. So,
This says to check the internet. I have an interesting internet connection.
I'm gonna close out some of my, don't save that. Close this. So I don't have all kinds of things open here.
I hope I don't too. It's not playing on as me.
And, oh, no, we need that on there. I think. No, I don't need that. Okay, and Kinga now is muted and no video.
You just need the meeting ID. That meeting ID? Up in the upper left-hand corner, in that little green box. Hit the green-
Yes, ready?
Yep.
884-2430-4649.
Passcode?
57, whoops, Kinga kicked me out, hang on. It's 572805. Okay, I look weird on the screen, but that's all right.
Okay, and I've got the ability to share. No, I don't have the ability to share. There's nobody listed as host.
No, Oh, geez, George.
If you go into there, to that one.
On walk now.
Oh, okay. And, go into meetings and then start, and then I'll put you as host.
Okay,
Oh,
we,
okay.
we have Jeanette, we have Dick, we have speaker.
Okay, this host, we just need to, whoever this is. Right, that's my phone. Is the app on it? No, that's you.
Yeah,
This one's my phone. Yeah. So you gotta start the video down there too. Yeah, that would be the camera on.
okay, Dick, you're on.
Yeah, that's, but the trouble is, none of this are hosts. Who's in charge? Who's in charge? Who's on first?
And ironically, the whole thing is being taped.
Oh, yeah, you can't do it from my phone. That's a free version, so it's not gonna be wrong. Yeah, well, no, well, you're not the host. You're just a participant. So we have to figure out who the host is. There's nobody on here as host.
Let's see.
Can you sign on from there? George? That's what I'm gonna try to do. Okay.
On my right-hand side here, down the menu with the participants at the bottom, it says claim host.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
smart.
Oh, I need a host key to do that. I don't know the host key.
Oh, geez.
Well, isn't that, wasn't that on the,
No, that won't be on the web.
on the to get in thing?
No.
No, it's not on the to get in thing.
Let's see. Or sign in to claim the host.
Yeah. I think it's so. It's
Well,
not that,
yeah.
We're gonna get this running yet. How much time we got? We got 7 minutes.
Yeah.
This is true. Okay.
Incorrect email or, oh yeah, I didn't spell prison.
Okay.
Nope, I'm still on. But that hasn't been 30 minutes. Oh, then I can't see it. You can try and see it.
Let's see.
No, that's not the password.
Oops.
I'll show you the
Oh.
password.
I remember now. And the two C's are capital. Right.
I found it after I had tried too many times. That other one is the password for the Gmail. I think we should create a Gmail account that's just CCZGC Zoom. Use that as the Zoom sign-in password. Wow. I mean, we could still hold the session at 6 o'clock, even if I can't share the screen. It's an open forum, 6 to 7.
Oh, damn.
Everybody here will know what's going on.
Well, and they'll know what's going on through mine here.
We just have to aim yours up there.
I can do that. Yep.
Hi.
Let's see. Let me get this large. And then charge. Okay, because it's not going to let me in here. Okay, let's try this. Although it's kind of off kilter, but because at least they see you down there. Kinga and Jeanette, under my square, can you see Dick moving stuff around and read what's going on? You'll have to unmute so we can.
No, I can't. I mean, I can see. Oh, geez, just went to the whole big me. Just a minute.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
I can't see his. What? Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute.
It would be in the square with my name on it, with Rose Copeland.
Yeah, I see what, okay, now I can see his screen now. I can see his screen, yeah,
Yeah, you're seeing it up on the projector.
yes, I can see it up on the projector. I can't make
Oh,
out,
we're gonna get feedback.
let me see if I can make out the words, I don't know.
Yeah, that looks good, Rose.
No.
That's good enough.
No, but I can certainly see your, you know, your screen.
So that whatever he's talking about,
Well, ask him to launch to a page so we can see if page is going to be visually acceptable. Not really.
close this, there.
Oh, yeah. That's better. It's not going to be readable though. Can you,
Well, hopefully in about 10 minutes, we can click the sign in and
Okay, and we're gonna get feedback from the microphone.
you're gonna have to mute your mic.
I'm gonna have to
Right now.
mute mine. Okay.
And now that should be all right. Oh, you gotta kill your speaker too.
Put my volume down.
Just kill your volume.
There we go. Try that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sure, now my video went up.
You won't be able to hear
There we
them,
go.
but they'll be able to hear me.
Right.
I can't get it in here.
Oh, come on. Try to shut up.
But somehow it let everybody sign in, even though the host wasn't there. So I don't understand this.
No, that's the fan.
That's a fan. I got it.
Shut the light.
No, we have a waiting room.
He
Oh, you
took
do
the
have
waiting room
It
off.
took
That's
waiting
why.
room.
Well, that's why they're able to log in without a host.
Right.
Yeah, but I thought you needed a host, period.
Well, at one time they did. You either had to have the waiting room with the password.
Okay, well, it says we got 5 and we got 5. It's Larry's thing.
Hello, Larry.
You'll just have to tell people now. Oh, except I'm not the speaker.
Yeah,
so
we got Rose and Larry, Jeanette, Kinga, and the speaker.
Speaker.
Bear with us, guys, on Zoom. We're having a little technical difficulty.
Why should it not be in the computer club?
Anybody here know anything about computers?
You got an idea?
I want to know how many of you that got my email for my class on Wednesday noticed how long it's going to be. Yeah, but the next one, I didn't say that.
From 2 to 10 PM.
Yeah, it
2 in the
says
afternoon to
it's
10
not
in
going
the
to be till 10 PM, guys.
Yep.
You can stay if you want.
Yeah, right.
I'm moving it to Wednesday. This Thursday, I'm going to be in Orlando, so.
Oh, okay, so it's Wednesday, is that what happened?
I think I'm going to leave it on Wednesday. Well, forever and ever until we change it again.
So it's from
2 to 4. Yep. Again, you can come AM if you want, but I. The what? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep, all of our classes right now are on Zoom. We have a lot more room on Zoom than we do in the building. Yeah, I don't, but Rose has had classes and there are a couple of others that have classes as well.
Mary's doing one Saturday morning.
Yeah, Mary's doing one Saturday morning on the first and third Saturday at noon time for a couple of hours.
And mine are all on the calendar? Yes.
Yes,
And mine are Tuesday from 10 to 12. And the links are. And how do I? The link is on the calendar. Oh, okay, so anything I'm interested in, I can do.
Dick, I gotta ask you one more time. You can't hit that claim host and be hosted?
not without a code from the host.
But doesn't it send it to you?
No, we have a problem. We couldn't remember the password to get in. So we
Oh.
tried too many times.
Ah,
We left this out for 30 minutes. So right now we are in Zoom jail. Once they let us out of jail, we'll be able to sign in as the host and do that. So the only thing we can't do is I can't share my screen so you guys can see it. That's why you're looking at the screen through Rose's computer now when it's a little bit angled.
A little weird.
But the event calendar is here. So there's the event calendar. And here are Rose's classes here on Tuesdays. And Mary's classes here. And mine, just kind of pretend that says Wednesday on top, because I made that decision after Rose very nicely created the calendar.
But it's all gonna be Wednesday.
Yep.
And
Yep.
after he said, yes, this works.
Yep.
And I used to have for mine that it took you to the class registration. I kicked that out and I created a Zoom link that should take you right to mine. Should take you right to mine. Like Mary's and Dick's take you to theirs. However, my last one for the beginners, I just got jury duty notice for that week.
Well, you can't go jury duty. You gotta do the class.
So we'll see what happens.
We should make more money at jury duty.
Been working. for
Yeah, I
us.
should think she gets about $15, doesn't she, for the day, something like that?
That's if I get called. I don't. think-
That's $15 more than you get here.
Well, this is true.
If you're over 70, you don't have to go.
Yes, you can, but I've already begged off in the last 2 years, so. I can permanently be off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's almost 5 after 6. Let me see if I can sign in this time.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Did I let you in?
It let me in.
Good.
Return to meeting. Now the speaker is the host. Whoa, we're all right. Rose, you can flip your screen around and get that flipping computer going the other way.
And then I can go back to my job up front.
There you go.
Okay.
Whoa, look at the crowd grew since the last time you looked.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, well, welcome to the general meeting, to the 6 o'clock session. And this is the open forum, which means we're ready to field any questions you want to throw this way. The ones I can't answer, I'm going to pass on to somebody else. No, go ahead.
On Facebook notifications, it says expand your browser window to see the store. Can't find any press.
New member there. Okay, the question is, she's looking at Facebook, and the Facebook is giving her a message that says, expand your browser window. Without actually looking at it on Facebook, my first thing that comes to my mind is it wants you to come up here and make your browser window full screen. So I'm not sure of the answer of that answer. And that's not very helpful. I realize that. Let me see if we can find it on Facebook. Let's see. So Facebook notification.
Dick, you're still under speaker. I can't see your,
You should be seeing the screen right now.
I don't,
You're not seeing the screen.
no. I'm just seeing you, and it still says speaker to me. It, now up in the right, it says speaker host. I'm wondering if I should click on that.
Nope. Hang on.
Don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah, I'm just seeing you too, Dick.
Okay, that look a little better?
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get
Way
these
to
things
go.
squared away yet. Let's see, Facebook notification, and what does it say? Extend screen, extend browser? Okay, thank you. To see story? Okay. Expand, you don't like Brower?
It's actually not notification.
Notifiction. Well, a lot of the stuff there is fiction, so. Facebook notification, expand browser window to see story. Let's see what that brings us to. How to expand browser window to see the story on Facebook. How's that? Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Lost it. Uh. People are still going in.
Okay, change your browser window. See what it's doing over here? We're over on the right. There's a zoom button. You click the zoom button and click the button for full screen. Did you see that? Let me bring it back. Bring it back a little bit more. There's a little down arrow right up here. That drops down that menu list.
Not seeing your shared screen, Bedeck.
You're not seeing the shared screen?
No.
Seeing it now?
No, just see you. There you go.
Here it is.
See that drop-down menu right there? You're looking at the little video here. You pull this little arrow down right to the right of where it says copy link. And that drops down a menu box. It allows you to say zoom, and then you click that little 4 square button, and that'll make it full screen. And then you press F11 to exit full screen. Okay? All right. See, Google is your friend. And if the way you ask the question the first time doesn't give you the answer you're looking for, ask it a little differently. Okay? And it doesn't matter if you put too many words out there. I can't read that one. Let's just go to a clean screen. This is Fran's computer. He's using DuckDuckGo. Are you familiar with DuckDuckGo? You're familiar with Google for your browser, right? I mean, for your search engine. You're used to going to Google and you get that Google screen, and okay? Or maybe you're used to Bing on the internet, the old Internet Explorer, the new Edge. Well, DuckDuckGo is a search engine just like those other ones are. Only whether you know it or not, when you go into search for something with Google or with Bing or with Yahoo, there's a Yahoo search engine as well. What you're searching for is saved out in the cloud someplace. Google saves all your search material. So does Bing and so does Yahoo. And they do that because it's great for advertising. You know, sometimes you'll go out and you'll be searching. Let's say you're searching for a new vacuum cleaner. And then you go over to your Facebook page, and you start scrolling through Facebook, and on the right-hand side, they're showing you ads for vacuum cleaners. That's because they captured what you were doing in your search engine. DuckDuckGo doesn't send any of that information to those outfits. Okay? DuckDuckGo is a much more private search engine. So it doesn't save your personal stuff. Now, how do you get to DuckDuckGo? Okay? Well, we are in Google right now, so I'm going to go to the menu button up in the upper right-hand corner here. I'm going to go to Settings. And then over on the left, there's a menu option for Search Engine. Okay? We click on Search Engine, and now notice Search Engine used in the address bar, which meaning whatever I type in here, it's going to go to this search engine. And notice he has DuckDuckGo. If I pull the arrow down, I could change that to Google, to Bing, to Yahoo, or Excelsior. I don't even know what that one is. But it does come as part of the package from Chrome. And if you're in Edge, you have the same options. You can determine right then and there what you want to use for your search engine. You're going to click on the little 3 buttons in the upper right-hand corner. That's your little menu button for Google. And it's a similar for Edge. Come down to settings. So the menu button, drop-down list, settings. On the left-hand side, you'll see search engine.
Engine.
Click on search engine. And then under search engine, you can pull down that little arrow to the right of the search engine you're using and change it. If I change it to Google, now the search engine is Google. And if I change it to Bing, the search engine will be Bing, which means right now, if I went up here to a new tab, notice the search engine is Microsoft Bing. Okay? If instead I change it to Yahoo, go to a new tab, notice my search engine now is Yahoo. So that's all you have to do is go to settings, change it to whatever you'd like to change it for. Here's Google. Again, I go to the new tab. Now that's what most of you look at when you're going to use the search engine. You're looking at your Google search engine. Okay? So I'll be nice, Fran. I'll put it back to DuckDuckGo. Right here. Okay, okay. Yep.
I can go to either one.
So we've got DuckDuckGo, but now if you're over here and you go to Google, he just clicks on the bookmark bar, and now he's at Google. Questions? Could you put that on here on the bar? Yeah, hang on a second. I am going to. And my speaker is off. Okay. Yes. How would I do that? Who am I hearing? Well, I'm going to solve that problem. Okay. So let's say I go over here to DuckDuckGo. There's DuckDuckGo. So there's a link to DuckDuckGo. All I would have to do is click over here where I've got the star to create a bookmark. And it says, where do you want to put it? Instead of under folder, I'm going to pull this down and say, I want to put it on my bookmark bar, which is right here. Okay? So you click the star. If you were in Edge, you would say favorites. It wouldn't say bookmark. All right? So you just click the little star. And then where do you want to, what folder do you want it in? I want it in the bookmark bar. Okay? Yes, that's what we just showed you before. That's clicking the 3 dots, going to settings, and go to search engine. And whatever one is here, that is your default. And what Fran has got is he's got a link over to the Google search engine right on his bookmark bar. So we can go into the Google search engine if he wants to. Yes.
I forget what it is, but when I open Google or Gmail, a little window on the right-hand side comes up and displays a bunch of ads. How do I get rid of that?
Okay, I think the question is, how do I get rid of ads that are popping up on the right-hand side of my Gmail window? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I use something called an ad blocker.
I've heard of that.
And that is an extension. Are you using Google Chrome?
Right.
Okay. Chrome will allow you to do a lot more extensions than Edge will, but they both will allow extensions. So what we're going to do is,
Something on there, Dick. It's,
Hmm?
little red thing.
yeah, you've got, I'm not sure how to get there, that's all. So we pull again, we pull a little dot, the little 3-dot menu down, and we go to more tools and extensions.
Tools and extensions.
So more tools, extensions. And then over on the left, we click on extensions. This tells, this is a list of all the extensions that Fran is using right now on this browser, okay? But if we want to add something new, we click over on the left menu button here, the 3 lines. Down at the bottom, we do a search for ad block. And there's ad blocker. And there's a number of different ones out there. Ad block for YouTube, ad block tool for Chrome. So there's a number of different ones that you can choose from. Fran's already got one installed on here, right, Fran?
I think it's the bottom one. Blue block.
This one, U blocker? Okay, is that a U blocker? No, that's not on my blocker. So there are a number of them there, and they got different names depending upon which browser you're in, whether you're in the Edge or you're in Chrome or you're in Firefox. But there are ad blockers there so that they will block the ads. You will not even see them. One of the programs we like to use to one of the programs that I like to use to check speed is speedtest.net. And that goes out and tells me how fast our internet connection is. Fran is using an ad blocker, and this little icon up here tells me that we have, let me get to it. It has blocked. Oh, it just says has access to this site. But usually this page is filled with ads.
Yeah.
Because ad blocker is running, it's not showing any of the ads. They're blocked from running. Now, well,
That's
we're,
only if you're on the browser using that application.
yes, well, if you add that extension, you will be using that application. Because if you add the extension, the ad block extension, it'll block all of your ads. Now, you will get to a website, and there's more and more doing this now, that'll pop up a message and say, hey, you're using an ad blocker. If you want to see the rest of this page, turn it off. And then up here, you'll have a button that you can click, and see where it says U block? You could go up here and say, and click it and say, don't block ads on this page. And then you'll be able to see the page.
Where do you find that?
You'll have an icon up here on this bar for your ad blocker, depending upon which one you chose, it'll have a different picture. But you'll just click on that picture and it'll give you the option to turn the ad blocker off, okay? Yes. Yes. Because the ads are the way these websites make money. Okay. One of the web blogs that I write for, Dave's Computer Tips, all the revenue comes in for that blog through the ads. And if somebody is blocking the ads, there's no revenue coming in for that particular one. So those of you that have an ad blocker, when you're looking at the articles maybe that I've written on Dave's Computer Tips, you don't see any ads. So our guess is that 80% of the people that are looking at our blog pages are not displaying ads and are not contributing in any way to the blog, but that's okay. Now, while we're there, a lot of you've been using speed test. One that we've recently discovered, Harold brought this to my attention a couple of weeks ago, is fast.com. The word fast and .com, it is a speed test program that's put together by, notice down in the corner, by Netflix. No ads. Works really well, really quick. And I presume they put it together because they'd have people calling up saying, my Netflix isn't working right. I'm getting too many circles and da. And they ask, how fast is your internet? And people say, well, I don't know. So I imagine that's why they put this page together. So you can see we're getting pretty nice internet speed here on the public Wi-Fi, which is what we're on, 110 MIPS. That MIPS, by the way, that stands for million bits per second. A character like the letter A takes 8 bits. So that's not like 110 million letters, it's 110 million divided by 8 letters, okay? It's still a lot, that's right. Do you need that much to use your internet? No. Matter of fact, if you've got Comcast, you're not, I mean, you've got CenturyLink, you're not using anywhere near that. You'd be lucky if you're getting 5 or 6. And that's fast enough to stream videos on your TV set. Your cell phone, when you're using your cell phone on data, you're getting 4 or 5 MIPS. So you don't really need 110. But big is always better, right? Except when you get the bill at the end of the month. And then it's big and it ain't better. Questions? Rosemary? Good question. No, it doesn't. I don't think it's got an ad blocker, does it? But Brave is another browser that works very similar to Google Chrome. And it works like DuckDuckGo in that it doesn't send information back out to Google or other places. And I don't remember the answer to that question, Rosemary, so let's ask it. Does Brave block ads? Whoops. Are all ads blocked or can users allow? Well, that kind of tells us that it does block ads, doesn't it? I don't see a good answer to that question. Let's say Brave. Yeah, it says Brave blocks unwanted ads automatically. Okay. Okay. Questions? Yep.
Last week, something was said about if you, like,
page on how you get back if you fail with, the something Z.
Okay, what I was talking about is whenever you delete something, Control Z will undelete it. For instance, let me go over to just a simple little program. And let's just type something. Now, let me make that a little bigger. Now you can read it. Now is the time for all, anybody remember this one? Well, let's say, well, let's delete that. I didn't really mean to. Control Z. Okay. Same thing as this. Watch this one now. We'll go File, Save As, and we'll just save it as junk, and I'll put it on the desktop. And I'll close out of this. And where did it go? I thought I put it on the desktop. Maybe I didn't put it on the desktop. No, there's Notepad. File. All right, there's Chuck. I put it in documents. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it over to the desktop. There it is. Okay. So here's my junk file. Okay. And I'm going to delete it. It's gone. Control Z brings it right back again.
What was that, Fletcher? Control what?
Z is in zebra. Z is in zebra or Z. Okay. So Control Z reverses the last thing that you did. Deleting a file, deleting words, deleting a whole paragraph. I think I probably told the story before, but I was over in South Africa on a mission trip. There were about 10 of us, and the pastor that went with us, his wife was taking care of, we would each make notes on what happened that day, and we would give her the notes on a flash drive, and she'd copy them in, and she was making this big document of all the stuff that was happening on this mission trip. And all of a sudden I heard a scream from the dining room. And I went in, she says, I lost everything. I reached over and went Control Z, all came back. That was the best miracle she saw the whole trip. Yep. So remember, and whenever you're typing multiple things, whenever you have multiple keys to press, hold all down, but the last key, tap the last key, then let go. So Control Z isn't trying to hit them at the same time. Hold Control down, tap Z. And so often instructions say, press all three of these at the same time. You know, it's almost impossible to do that. So hold all but the last one down and then tap. Any other questions? Harold, you gotta have a question.
You put that picture in your picture file, and it comes up as a Google icon. What is the reason for that?
Comes up as a Google icon.
Instead of the picture, like you have up there, Google Chrome.
It has a link.
Okay. Let me see if I can do what you're saying. No. Let me take the picture of this handsome guy right here, okay? And let me just turn that into an image. Okay. So now I've got that picture and I'm going to save it in pictures. Is that what you're saying? All right, I'll just save it in the desktop. So there's my picture. It's right there. Was that what you mean by the icon? It's got my picture as,
The
no.
icon, sometimes the picture disappears and the Google icon is instead of the picture.
Oh, okay. You mean it looks like this?
Yes.
That's because that's not a JPG file. It's probably a part of an HTML file.
So how do you convert it?
Well, if it's an HTML, then what you've done is you've saved that picture as a web page instead of saving the picture. Let me so let's go over to the club site. For instance, let's go over to the bytes. So there's the bytes, and there's some pictures on the bytes, right? How would you save that picture, George? I mean, Harold.
Copy, paste.
Okay, because I can't do that with this picture though. Okay, so if I go over here and say save as, what am I going to save it as? And see, that saves the whole page, okay? Because that's not a picture that I can actually save. I can save the only way I could save that picture is to snip it, right? So I'm going to go Shift Windows S, drops down the snipping tool, and then I can just come over here and let go of it. And now I've got the image in my clipboard, right? It's in the clipboard. Now I can put it wherever I want to put it. And I'm just going to go over to the Paint program again, and I'll paste it in there. And there's my image. And now I can save that wherever I want to put it. And we'll put that back out on the.
Still didn't answer my question.
Haven't got there yet. So, that's out there as George. So I'll be able to, if you can see it on the screen, you can save it and put it someplace. Now, the question is, I've got this image on let's go someplace else. Let me go to my page. So there's my page, and that's got a picture on it, right? So if you right click on that picture, now I can save that image as. Okay. So if I can put that on the desktop, what's that going to look like? That's going to look just like a picture. But if instead I save this, if I did a save as, and I saved it as web page complete, and I'll put that in the desktop. Okay. Now I've got that with the Google icon on it. But that'll just bring up the web page. And the actual pictures will be out here in that folder.
How did you open that icon?
This one here, double clicked it.
Double click?
Yeah, just like I would any other icon on the home page.
My computer always asks me what I want to do.
So without seeing an actual example on your computer, I'm not sure how to duplicate your question. Okay. Any other questions? Yep. Yep. All right. Shift, Windows, S as in Sam, or snip. Shift, Windows, S. And that drops down this little box up on top. It automatically is set to allow you to draw a box around something on the screen. You can also have it snip one of the windows on the screen, or you can have it snip the entire screen. Or this one, which allows you to just draw a funny box around something. I usually just use the default on the left. And let's say I'll come down here and let's snip the picture of all you guys out in the audience. Now, that puts it in the clipboard. So then, let's say you were in an email. You could right-click and paste it to an email. You can right-click and paste it into any program that will accept the picture. What I used, just to be really simple about it, is I just went and used the Paint program. Paste it, and there it is. I could resize that. Let's make that a little bit bigger. That didn't make it very nice, did it? There's some of those guys. See how fuzzy it is? That's because you can't take a picture and make it bigger. Any of you guys, any of you have one of those little devices on our TVs a couple of years ago? A plastic lens that you put in front of to make the, remember those? Remember those? We probably still have black and white TVs then too, right? And you got this magnifying glass that stood out from the, you can see it bigger. But you know, all the dots were bigger too. Well, that's what happens when you try and take a picture and make it larger. All you're doing is you are making it larger, but you're increasing all the little pixels or all the little dots. So if you stand across the room, it'll look nice, but when you get close. So Windows, Shift S, or Shift Windows S. Bob. What? Yes, you can. The other thing that you can do, that's a good question. By the way, anything, you know, we've got this neat browser now. I'm going to say, don't want to save that. If you do Windows Q, it brings you right down to the type here to search. And anything you type will automatically give you the results immediately, both for what's on your computer and what's out on the web. If you do Windows Q, it pops up the type here to search. Whatever you type will be searched first in your computer and then out on the web. So if I wanted to do the snipping tool, I would type S snip and sketch, that's the one we really want, or the snipping tool, one or the other. Those are two tools that are out there. All I typed was SN. And notice it's highlighted in blue. So all I have to do is hit the enter key to open it. Or I can come over here and I can open it. Or I can right click over here and say, pin it to the taskbar. So if I pin that down to the taskbar, now when I want to snip something, instead of having to do Windows Shift S, I can just come down to the taskbar and click the snipping tool. Come on. Where'd it go? Why didn't it work? Yeah. So I'm going to click that. There it is. And I click new. And now it gives me the same box. So now I'll just click these two pictures. And there they are in the snipping tool. And if I do it that way, then I can come over here and say, save it. And it'll save it as an image file wherever I want to put it. I'll put it on the desktop. I'm putting them on the desktop so Frank can get rid of these easily when we're all done. So where'd that go? That went right here. Whoops. And there's that, what we just snipped. Questions? Yep.
Why is it that the club's website is not secure?
That's a very good question. No. You know it's okay, so don't worry about it. What does that mean? And it's right. We just went up right now and it came up and said, this is not a secure site. The first 4 letters of the URL indicate that it's a website, HTTP, okay? Hypertext Transfer Protocol is what that stands for. And then there's another letter that may fall after that, and that's an S, meaning secure site. Up until recently, the only way you could get an HTTPS is to pay somewhere between $50 and $100 a year for a certificate to prove that you were legitimate. Now there are ways to do that at no charge. We just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. And you'll find a lot of places haven't gotten around to doing that. The bigger companies have done that. So hopefully in the near future, that's one of the things that's on, one of the projects that's on the list is that we will make the club site a secure site so you will get that message.
Tell us how to do it.
I don't know yet. Yeah.
Oh,
Rosemary. Oh, you're welcome. That's a good little program. Yeah.
So I was in a predicament. I brought the wrong printer. I wanted to do some copying and I says, oh, look at this. This will be very colorful. It's one of those, it's not a laser one, but it takes 4 cartridges, the Epson.
Yeah.
And that is $45 each time I have to do something.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
My ink cartridges are too
Yeah.
expensive for my printer. I'm
But-
thinking of dumping my printer.
Believe me, the ink cartridges on all the printers are too expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
This,
You need to find another source for the ink cartridges.
Yes.
Who's got a local source for the ink cartridges? Anybody buying it locally?
I have to spend $45 because it's 4 in one package. 45. I want,
One cartridge on mine is 40.
you have a super duper computer computer and
mine
printer.
mine takes 2 cartridges. So that's $80 for 2 of them.
Well, pretty techy, that's probably why.
No, I've just got a plain old ordinary printer.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe I'll just keep mine then. It isn't all that bad.
Right.
I was gonna donate it to you and get another one and I can just put in black. I just want to be with black and white. I don't need the color now. I made a mistake purchasing it. Okay, so basically I'll have to go and look at other prices on ink. I
Yep.
had no idea.
Yeah, before you get a printer, check the price of the ink.
Yeah.
And
that's
the
true.
older the printer is, the more expensive the ink. Because the company doesn't make as many,
That's true.
so they charge more.
And it's kind of obsolete. Yeah, the old printer.
There's one
Alright.
of the,
I'll look it over. I'm almost tempted because the ink is as expensive as the computer.
Yeah,
I just-
sometimes you go buy a new printer instead of buying ink.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering if I should do that.
there's one of the discount ink places right next to the post office in Port Charlotte.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In the side room, it's the same one with big space on. But we bought ink for Beverly's, one of her printers. It eventually leaked so badly, it ruined the printer. Fortunately, Best Buy said, we'll just give you a new printer, and they did. And from then on, I buy,
Well, I have noticed that Staples is selling ink that has been refilled.
yeah, I saw.
You could buy either one. I bought some of the refilled ones and they're working
I
fine.
didn't leak.
They're working fine, yes.
See, I have a brother's, it's difficult to find. ink
Yep.
for it.
There is a printer ink place right next to the post office in Port Charlotte, the 33952 post office in Port Charlotte. That's on the corner of Conway and 41.
That's the one where we got it that leaked.
Okay, we'll bring it back to them, you know,
Well,
but when you're buying a refilled cartridge, that is always a possibility. Okay, I remember when they first started coming out with kits that refill your own ink. This was many years ago. I did it once. I had more ink on my basement floor than I think that I got in the cartridge.
that was that thing with the needle.
Yeah, you had a needle and a syringe and you pulled the ink out and you squirted it into the right hole.
So when Epson says that you can buy the Epson ink, I know they want to control you. Is it true though? Because something compatible may not work in, you know.
I don't know about the Epson printer, but I know the Hewlett Packard printers recognize that you have got a non-Hewlett Packard cartridge,
Yes.
and they will give you an error message, and there are ways you have to do to get around the error message. And I don't blame them because they're warranting your printer, but if you use the wrong cartridges, you could damage the printer. So, yep. Yeah, you get that with about everybody's. Yeah. Grover? Yeah, so Grover's not having any problem with those at all, so it's you know. Oh, he's buying brand new ones, but they're not made by HP, but they work for the HP printers. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, it's like I've got a Brother laser printer, and it's black and white only. That's a laser printer. Okay, and I think that they were on sale this last week or two at Staples for $99, and they work really well. But the cartridges were like $65. The cartridge would run me, but I do a lot of printing, so the cartridges go 6 months to a year for me.
You're unmuted.
And I'm talking about, I do lots of printing, okay? But I found a place on Amazon, I could buy 2 cartridges for $20. And I'm just using the second one of those 2 cartridges now. It works beautiful. No, well,
Dick,
yeah,
we
these are
can't
the
hear the
dry ink.
questions.
But the nice thing about the laser is they're not liquid, they're dry. Yeah, you don't want to spill that stuff all over the place though.
We can't hear the questions.
Yeah,
Man, that stuff would fly up.
somebody had a question?
We can't hear the questions from the audience.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll repeat the question. Okay.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Now there won't be.
You guys got any online?
Yeah, that's my desktop. I don't have. Put it back.
What else come? Oh, good.
Do. Yep, Tony.
Here you are. Come on, get over there and then
Okay, you got a picture. You put it somewhere on your laptop. You don't remember where you put it.
what did you name the picture?
You don't know where it went. It's there somewhere, but you don't know where it went. Okay. Yeah, here's what that's a good question. If you open up your File Explorer, which is the envelope, the file folder down on your taskbar, and it's an easy way to get there, but I like shortcuts. Some of you know that. You've seen me for a while. Windows E brings up Explorer, okay? If you just save something within the last, day, within the last,
Almost all
since
the
you've had the computer
picture
turned on,
Icons off your
go
desktop?
right down to Quick
No, it
Access
opens up to some
and look
default
under Recent Files. And you'll
Microsoft
probably
thing.
find the file you just saved or recently
Doesn't
saved.
open up to the
Notice here's
desktop
the one that
anymore.
we did,
When did-
screenshot 2021. Here's the one of me off of my website. And if I move to the right, I can see where it was saved. So I can see that was saved on the desktop. If we come down here to this one that Fran had saved, 1970 JPG, I can see that he saved that on OneDrive, Robitelli Family Pictures. So I know where I could go for that. But if you don't really, if it was 2 months ago, you've got it. If you saved it, it's going to be in one of two formats. It's going to be either in a JPG format, and that might be JPEG, depending upon what saved it. Or if it's been saved through a recent Windows 10, it's probably going to be a PNG file. So what you're going to need to do is come over here to click on maybe your document folder, or click on your C drive. I'm just going to go to my desktop. And then where it says search, it'll say search in the name of the folder you're looking at. And you can look at the entire C drive, but you can search for PNG. And here are all the PNG files that are on the desktop. And if I hit the enter key after typing PNG, it'll show them over on the left. No. Well, you can. Yep. Now, you could also, I want the JPEG files, so let's look for JPGs. No, there's all the JPG files that he's got out there. And maybe we're looking for a but you got to be looking for, let's say, JPEG files. There's all the JPEG files. But notice JPEG, it also brought down JPG. So it's smart enough to know that the JPEG file, JPEGs, are the same as JPGs. Okay? Now, what if I wanted to find the files from today? Let's go back to our desktop. Okay? Let's say I just want to see things from what's today, the 6th? 2021. Okay? Those are all the files that we did something with today in that folder. So let's say 4/5. And he didn't do anything on 4.5. Okay? So using the search capability within File Explorer, you can find pretty much anything. Question? The question, I think, is taking what's on your smartphone and projecting it on the TV set, right? Yes. Do we have that in the notes? I think those are out in one of the classes that we did. Okay, but how do we do that? It's called screen mirroring. And it kind of depends upon your TV set. I've got a Roku TV, and I've got a setting I can turn screen mirroring on, and then I can take my cell phone and mirror what's on my cell phone to the TV set. You downloaded what? Roku? Well, you've got a Roku box, you mean? Oh, that's the Roku channel. Yeah, that's not the same as the Roku box. But there should be in your settings on your Samsung TV, there should be a place that you can say screen mirroring, okay? And I'd have to Google a couple of things to try and figure out what to do with that TV for your phone, so. And you can also get a Chromecast, which is a little device that plugs into your HDMI port, made by Google. It's a Google Chromecast. I think they're like $20 to $30. And that allows you to take whatever's on your computer or your cell phone and project it onto the TV without having that mirroring.
There you go.
Okay?
We have a question.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Dick, my computer doesn't open to the desktop anymore. For some reason, it goes to a Microsoft screen, I guess it is, and has different icons on it to click on. I wanted to get back to just opening up to the desktop when I turn my computer on.
I'd have to look at your computer, Jerry, to see what that was. Jerry's
Okay.
saying that he turns his computer on now, and it doesn't open up to the desktop, it opens up to another screen. So I'd have to see that, Jerry, to be able to answer that question. It might
Okay.
be that you picked up some malicious software that's causing that to happen.
No,
Why don't you give me a call during the day and we can talk about it?
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, it's 7 o'clock, so it's time to take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and George will start the meeting.
Can I still ask you a question quickly?
Go ahead, Bill.
Search history, I don't know what you're gonna. No, I don't think it'd be a problem, but.
Who just asked that question? Yeah, that's Fran's
So I
computer,
just
actually.
leave that one.
I'd like,
Yep, we shouldn't have to change anything. George can use this as well.
okay,
It's something you might want to say that. But my computer started acting nutty, and I had no idea why. But suddenly one day, the time was wrong. I thought, battery. Went and bought a 2013 at Walmart, put that in, no more netting.
Yep.
Well, you know, a lot of people were not, it was giving the correct time that it was controlled. Of course, I use a wireless mouse, but it was that. And so I just started, put it there in your little tip.
Yep, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, maybe.
I know this isn't relevant at all. It's not even relevant to the, letterhead stuff we talked about. And I did that one just for fun. And there's
Yeah,
your-
that looks good too.
There's your logo.
Yep, cool.
Anyway,
Yep.
Mary's got that one. I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Guess I can stand up now. The chair's a long way down.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I see. Rosemary. The latest, I really, yes.
Yep. Okay.
Into my new.
It's actually right.
Yep. Cool.
Take all the information, put it back.
Yeah.
Send it to them.
Just grab it.
They'll send it to me. as well.
You don't know. You can't even drive.
But I do. And that's how I met her.
And I thought I had one with me, but I don't. But yes. It's got one wide end and one USB.
Right,
Yeah, that's it.
and that wide end looks, my concern was they called it 3.1 USB.
Yeah, that's good.
Compatible with my Kindle.
Yeah. Yes. Plug it in with it.
And I did,
The other thing is you can buy also, instead of that, you can buy a little case. That drives the window.
what happened is.
That becomes your external hard drive. Just turn the case. Just look for external drive case. That'll do it.
The trouble was.
But it has been. But you know,
It's either batteries or
big time. Google. Facebook. And there's a nice one in city. Because nobody knows. So, that's why I don't use it. But then I don't need it for the way I like it.
Yeah, five's good. That's good. You're welcome. Well, I'm glad you're social distancing. Oh, what, where? Okay. Yeah, I got 3 or 4 like that. It makes it really easy to make it. You know, it's like
But I don't.
If it's less than the 200 seats, she toss those. I'm just happy to toss them my way. Because I'll take a laptop that is in, let's say it's got a really decent drive, it's got problems, like it's so old, and I'll set it up and bring it to abstract. So, but, I use it. I'm sure that these old drives, 80 gigabytes, 60 gigabytes, and I'll plug it into my, either my case or my wire, and I'll back it up. Why throw these little old guys away?
I've got some old friends back.
Yeah. I got a lot of those drives. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to know. I'm kidding, but that one, but, there's nothing wrong with that. Am I what? No, because I can tell you, because if you look at those, you have to start even I use and see, I've already.
It's gonna come down next to. Yeah. You're gonna do the meeting first.
They know you should see some of the other ones.
Okay. Ray's in his office.
Bought.
He's not there yet, so we'll go get him.
Yeah.
You can do the, the intro date to the,
He's gonna do the
thing of the
meeting.
month.
Because
And then,
you're gonna start with the
Yeah.
program of the month, and then put it in the meeting.
Right.
I've been posting stuff on the Digital Art Academy community website. And there was one lady on it who's very good. She said, Shannon, you've got to show me how you do it. And I thought, I would just, but I did like it. It was, and I think you're the second person who used to come alive.
So all you're gonna do is share the screen. Just share the screen and you'll be back. They'll be seeing what you're doing. Don't do anything up there, just go to share screen.
What?
Share the bottom, share
Oh, the share screen's on the bottom.
Yep.
Okay, okay, that's what I was wondering.
Just share the screen and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, I guess we're all set, ready to start.
Your mic's feel up.
Okay, we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. Do we have any new members here tonight?
Yes.
Who is new member?
Right here. Right there.
Right. Oh. Greetings. Any visitors?
I have a question.
Yes. It's a
Where,
question.
where are you located?
Oh, our new location is 514 East Gray Street in Punta Gorda.
Okay.
We're
how do-
basically across the street from the Charlotte High School, if you're familiar with Punta Gorda.
I was there at 4 o'clock. Couldn't get into the building.
That's because we're only open between 10 and 2. That's why at 4 o'clock, no one was there.
Yes, so I noticed. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Is there somebody there now?
No, we're only open between 10 o'clock and 2 p.m.
All right. What am I looking at? Where are you?
Oh, we are now located at the Heritage Museum at 900 Merriam Street. This is where we're having our monthly meetings.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Next on our agenda is our volunteer of the month. I'm gonna need some help with this. Mary, can you answer that? Sure. Can you read that, please?
Oh, my God.
No, it's your name, not God.
We're the same, right?
Well, close friends.
Oh, it says, this certificate is awarded to Mary Queen in recognition of valuable service to Charlotte County Computer Group.
And the reason why we made her volunteer of the month was she was instrumental in getting this place for our meeting. And she also does the Saturday workshops on Zoom.
And now she's coming in once a week to learn how to do some technical stuff on the computer.
Okay.
And this little token of appreciation.
Oh, thank you. It's an empty envelope.
The thought was there. Okay. And
That's how they rope you in.
Yeah.
And at this time, because of volunteers, I would like to make a very special thank you to a few people. As you all are aware of, that we moved after January 20th. And there's been a lot of people that really did a lot of things for us. And I'd just like to recognize those people. The first one was Harold Nixon, who is usually found in our club every day. He did all the electrical work. He worked with the technicians, got everything set up. And he really did a lot of things to help us along the way. And he's putting in endless hours. Also, I would like to make sure I thank Dick Evans for all the work he does. And Dick, maybe you can enlighten us about all the volunteers that you got. And I know Harold is one of them. And
Yep.
David.
Harold, and Bob Hardiman.
And I'd also like to thank Lydia, who has been working many, many hours from home while we were moving
It
everything.
still is.
And she still is.
And Grover for a lot of the construction.
And
work that he's done.
Grover, who is our construction manager, he's our contractor and plumber and carpentry man. Over, you want to stand up? And speaking of volunteers, as you know, we are now in Punta Gorda. And we are always looking for volunteers to give us a hand there. For some of you, it's going to be a little easier ride, others a little farther. But we always need help with the desks, the rec room. And please remember, you don't have to be a computer whiz to be a real good helping hand to us. If anyone with helping hands, office sense, nice personality, and a big smile. Main things we need.
We should stop volunteering.
Oh,
They should contact you.
hmm?
They should contact you.
Yes, they can contact you and me. I'm usually in the office Monday through Friday between 10 and 2. Dick is in there usually Tuesdays from 10 to 2, and he's all over the place. He's a real Zoomer. Okay, and now I'd like to go to the favorites of the month.
Good screen. The one with the.
One with the blue box around it,
Right there.
like that. Down the lower right.
Oh,
Big
no.
screen.
Click this big screen,
He's good.
blue
He's
screen
already
first.
Start to click. There you go.
Okay.
It's the default.
Oops. Okay. Okay, this month's favorite is alternative 2. As you know, in the last 4 or 5 years, a lot of the software that we used and loved is now by subscription. Whether it's Microsoft Office, Quicken, they're all going into subscription. And alternative 2 is a program that'll find you alternatives to your favorite programs. Like if you put in Word, it gives you Beaver Writer and many other programs like it, Google Docs. You can do this with almost any program. You can go into like Quicken or anything and find alternatives, most of them being free and open source. And this can be found right on our website. Right up here on the top. Always on the upper right-hand sign. And any questions? You can do serious programs. If you have a favorite game that kind of disappeared, you'll be able to find that on there. Almost anything you'd like. There's thousands and thousands of different alternatives. Any questions? Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Our first speaker today is the director of this museum, the Heritage Museum. Oh, Gary, you want to come down, please? Let's give him a big hand. Okay.
Thank you, George. Well, first of all, let me say I'll stand back here so I can talk to the microphone. We're really honored to be the host of the Charlotte County Computer Group. It seemed like the right fit for you, and it seems like the right fit for us. We have been into the museum. You know that we leverage technology quite a bit in this museum, and so it's a really good fit. I guess we were married at Social First. We worked with Mary in the past. She's helped us run some STEM programs for some of the local students in the last couple of years. And so, if I can say that. So I'm glad that you're here. So they've asked me to share a little bit about the museum. First off, I guess it would be helpful to know how many have been into the museum, not just to the theater. Okay, great. So about 4 of you. So you can share positive testimonies after I'm dead. I found out. And if you don't have any positive ones, then that's just you know the history. We were founded in 2001. Opened up in Fisherman's Village then in a very small storefront. Some of you might remember that. I wasn't born then. But it was, it was built on the artifacts from many veterans who had left them at the American Legion and VFWs. They didn't have a place to put them anymore because they were filling up all their closets. So, the volunteers back then formed the Military Heritage Museum and then began showcasing them to the public. It just grew and grew and grew, and later on, the museum located to a very prime location at the beginning of Fisherman's Village, and soon overcame that spot and rented up above it for a couple of years. And it kept running out of space and exhibit space, and it almost got too crowded in the gallery down on the first floor. In 2015, Fisherman's Village was bought by a new company out of Arizona. And later in 2016, 2017, they bought the property that this building is on, and the same owner, and then approached the museum board of directors and said, hey, look, if we really would like this spot, but we have another alternative for you if you'd like to move to this other alternative. And they offered us the first floor of this building. So about the time I came on board, it's important to research. It's my 41st year in running a nonprofit. So I had a little experience on as to what we might need to make this thing a viable operation. So we ended up negotiating for the entire building. So if you can just help me out here. So the mission of our museum is pretty special. It's very broad and covers all 5 branches. So we go back to the beginnings in the Revolutionary War of the U.S. military and continued all the way to the current. And we cover all 5 branches, and I suppose the 6th one, the Space Force, will be soon having its own exhibit here in the museum. The museum, the Military Heritage Museum, and the word heritage is very key. We're not just a history museum, we really focus on the heritage of our history. So the heritage really being who was involved, what was it like, what did they think, what happened to them, versus so much just dates and places. So the state of Florida has designated us an educational institution, and that has allowed us to expand much greater than what we were able to do in the past. We began with a vision. We really wanted to create this museum in Southwest Florida. Now, we do cater to people all over the world. Florida, Southwest Florida caters to people all over the world who come here. But it is truly Southwest Florida that provides the majority of our visitors who come. And right now, we're the only museum of its size and style on the Gulf Coast of Florida, from the Panhandle down to Naples. So we're on a unique place, aside from our museum, to really grow as more and more folks find out about us. So our vision is really all about honoring those who serve. So it's honoring about those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in battle, and those that came back home and became veterans or certainly served their country. The museum was designed in a very particular way. It was designed to use multiple learning methods for visitors. And those of you who've been here know what I'm talking about when I say, first off, we have the artifacts. And we get artifacts in every day. Not all of them get put out because we have duplications or they just don't fit. But some are put into rotating exhibits for different theme days. But we do have a lot of artifacts for this museum. We also have a wonderful cadre of veterans. We have over 70 active veterans. We have another 25 that are somewhat inactive, mostly due to the COVID-19, but some have said they're coming back soon. And they've been really the lifeblood of the museum. Many serve in different roles, but they all do a number of, certainly provide a lot of effect. We have some veterans that average well over 60 hours a month. I have one that did 115 hours of service last month. I actually had to get a bed for him. So they're an important part of telling the story for meeting tours and guides. We have a couple other things, computer interactive gaming. So we have upstairs the simulations and the virtual reality areas that really help tell that story a lot different than what we're used to in visiting museums. We use mobile apps and social media significantly, and lastly, graphics and audio visuals throughout the museum. So we have a lot of ways that people can learn using all of their senses, and that again creates a much more impactful experience for those that are at the museum. This was actually during our D-Day anniversary, our Remembrance Day, and he is a World War II veteran. That was the first time he put on those virtual reality glasses, of which we were taking him to the Omaha Beach in Normandy, so he could relive the whole landing of the military back on June 6th, 1944. So it was an incredible moment for some of our veterans who served World War II to use the glasses, see a virtual perspective of Normandy. The first floor is this chronological walkthrough of history. So it begins with the Revolutionary War, it goes all the way up through the Gulf Wars of Afghanistan and the Gulf Wars of Iraq and later Afghanistan exhibits. It is again, you can see just in the picture the different elements that I've talked about. You can see the audio-visual, you can see the graphics on the wall, and in very specific and particular exhibits in each of these 3 galleries that you walk through. The upstairs is the second floor, so we found the second floor. But upstairs is the place where we do our activities. It's very immersive, very interactive, and so most popular areas. And this particular picture is our virtual reality room. You can see a lot of activity, putting on glasses. Now we use a lot of safety precautions in here. We actually have masks that are designed for these glasses, so you get a mask for your glasses and then go away afterwards. So it's kept to be very safe. And fortunately, we've had just wonderful experiences throughout the year. But there are a number of different experiences. So you can take those fun, you can jump out of a plane with special forces and learn to parachute. Or you can take a trip to the International Space Station and feel what it's like to be weightless. Or you can command a tank. So you've got a lot in a town in France. So it's pretty cool virtual reality experiences where you're really feeling like you're part of it. And we'll continue to grow that area as we get more new videos. There's one new one that just came in that room, which is the age of flight. And you're standing in this airfield and the planes are zooming past you, starting with the Wright brothers and going Kitty Hawk, going all the way to some of the modern planes, military planes today. So it's extremely invigorating. I'll use that word. Okay. So we also have done something different in this museum. We really designed it for young people too. And so we see a lot more families and grandparents bringing their grandchildren here. And I think they've discovered that, we're one of the few places in the area that you can come in that's air conditioned. And you can bring your family and everybody can do something. Our exhibits are designed as early as 5-year-olds for special exhibits. So it really can cater to the whole spectrum of most families. And we also have built a strong partnership with Charlotte Public Schools, and that partnership continues to grow. We've had field trips in here. We did the STEM days, as I mentioned earlier, science, technology, engineering, math days, which was a lot of fun for the students. Later this month, we have Careers Day, a military careers day at the museum, which is open to all students in middle school, high school. We have all the different branches represented by the recruiters, and we have veterans that will tell their story about being in the military and then how it led to their careers later on in civilian life. So a very dynamic day. Again, it's free to all the students, and they still get a wristband to go visit the entire museum. So we try to do things that are very focused for young people as well, because that's where history truly can be understood and needs to be perhaps shared in a way that they can't necessarily do it in the classroom. So we also have on the left, we involve a lot of the ROTC programs in the area. All of them have been here, and several of them come here on a regular basis to do their community service hours. You can't see it at the top, but the newest program that we're launching, that we've been working on all evening, is History Academy. And History Academy has taken us a couple of years to put together, and we're going to launch it this summer with a 4-week history camp here at the museum. We'll be able to handle up to 50 students a day. I guess we call them campers a day. And we'll do 4 weeks of different themed activities. It'll rotate throughout the museum. Very, very exciting, very interactive. All the lesson plans were written by school educators. They wrote up here at the museum and designed the lesson plans around what we could do in the museum. For example, the virtual reality classes, they can do a lot of lessons related to different places from the country, different where battles took place, such as Gettysburg. And so all of that was designed and aligned with Florida state standards. So every lesson plan that they achieve will receive the documentation that the back to the classroom that they've completed these particular elements of U.S. history or civics, which is the two areas that we focus in on here at the museum. So, and it's even better, because of the grants that we received, our lead teacher for History Academy is just a wonderful person, teacher, certified teacher, and has been certified at all grade levels. And so the team has sort of named and he will be our director this summer. And it's just going to be one dynamite camp. Adding to even that better is that we received another grant, a very large federal grant, to help us expand our veteran corps. And so recruit more veterans and provide them more training opportunities. And so that the veterans will serve as a lot of the facilitators in the classrooms and activities here. Let me give you an example how that works, because you take a look at the 4 flight simulators in that room, they are one-on-one. There is a veteran. I mean, imagine getting your first time at a plane, it's a virtual plane, simulator, but these are pretty sophisticated simulators using some of the latest technology. So you've got a Air Force pilot, a retired commercial airline pilot, teaching, showing you how to fly this plane. I mean, the interaction in the ability to have conversation with these veterans is just, it is probably the most remarkable thing about this museum, to have that kind of experience, especially for a young person who is just not quite familiar with what they see in the books and the pictures and movies, to actually now hear firsthand in real life. We have pilots go back to the Korean War, and we have all the way to Desert Storm. So they have a full breadth of experiences with all of our veterans here at the museum. A lot of the things we do here is theme days, and so we try to pick a theme. The most recent thing we did was, March was National Women's History Month. So we did a number of activities for Women's History Month, focused on women in the military, a number of special exhibits in here, and ended the month with a wonderful dialogue with Laurie Drewer, who was a Navy nurse during Vietnam, served on the medical ship Sanctuary, and talked a lot about her experiences during the Tet Offensive in Vietnam and what it was like to serve on that ship. So those are the kind of things that happen at our different themes day, where we hear these testimonies. And that's what the heritage is all about in this museum. One of the things that we can't forget about is the stairs. So we do a lot of military ceremonies in here, and a lot of like this type of activities, but it also is a very strong performing arts venue. And we put on a number of shows ourselves throughout the year, and we also partner with a number of different groups throughout Southwest Florida, going all the way down to Naples. We have classical music, and we've had chorals here. We've had tap dancing here. We have 2 more shows, really good, cool one coming up this Saturday, which is a U.S. Soul style show that involves a lot of 50s, 60s, and 70s music. This couple puts on an incredible show. We sold out last year. So this theater is a wonderful asset to the museum, and we're glad we can share it with a lot of different groups throughout the area, because it is something that should be used. And we had, it's all been renovated since we took it over. We had a very generous donor give us the money to replace pretty much all the electronics, the visual, the audio, the floors, the stage, the hand railings, all is new as a result of this veterans generous gift to the museum. And a couple of the last slides, again, another different activities we call it edutainment, because we try to share, teach in ways that's fun, enjoyable, meaningful, impactful, and these are just some of the ways that we do that. I do want to point out that we do work with a lot of other veteran agencies. We serve a number of agency councils because I think we're so unique in that we're just so neutral. We cover all branches and all wars, so we are able to pretty much cater to almost any veteran we serve. So a lot of groups like to come here because we have something for everybody. And the last slide, I believe, is just some things about where we are today. Last year was tough, as was for every business, but it was very tough for us. There were days we had less than 10, and we need an average of 60 to 80 average visitors a day. But we got through a lot of donations from the community and some grants that we were successful to get us through that year. We had some reserves that we had to borrow to get us through. But the last couple of months have been really good, and we see some great things going forward to the museums. So, we continue to do a lot of things, including history camp, that will help fill those doldrums of the summer that come upon us. And now we have one more. So one of the things I always try to end is there's always an opportunity to engage with the museum. Right? So engage is really part of that vision statement that when we invite people here for visitors, we always try to inspire them to do something as they leave, whether it's fly a flag or whether it's honor a veteran. It's just to recognize that this is a special place and those are very special people, and what can we do to honor them? So these are a number of ways that people have found ways to honor them, and it certainly helps build this place to be even better than what it is today by getting the entire community involved. So if any of these ways inspire you, please consider that opportunity. Like I said, one of the simplest ways is just tell all the folks about us. That referrals, when people sign in, is the number one reason that people come here, is somebody told a story. So, and I'll end with that. Take a child, grandchild, or a family friend to the museum, because I think that's just the essence of what we did in building this new place, was just creating this facility where a family or grandparent can now come and do something where they don't have to go to the beach and sweat it out, or try to go to the mall and spend it out. Just come here and have a lot of fun, but so thank you so much for all your time. I really appreciate it. And any questions that we have.
Can you let everyone know the website so they can look at it and get some more information?
Sure. The website is easy to remember. It's Military Heritage Museum .org. And from that website, it takes you to some other places. Take you to the theater website. So it's the location. But we also have a Facebook page. Look up Military Heritage Museum. Lots of stuff on that Facebook page, pictures, videos, and stuff like that. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You did that day, 4 p.m. Ideally, you want to come earlier because our flight simulators and virtual reality rooms are open from 11 to 3, based on we have so many veterans that can only work in that area. So you want to go a little early to get times, or you get some 20-minute time, and so you want to get those tickets early. You don't get here, you don't be able to get people rain checks if they don't get a chance to get out of something. They can come back another day.
Are these self-guided tours?
We offer both. We can do self-guided. We have maps that show you all the exhibits, but we also have usually 2 or 3 volunteers in our gallery. There is our first floor that are just eagerly waiting for somebody to say, give it to her, you know, would you like to her? And some of them are absolutely great at doing it. They love showing stuff to the museum. We have a volunteer appreciation breakfast this Saturday morning. And I have 71. So I think that's just, yes, I'm so excited, I can't wait to see them all, because we never see them all once, right, once a year. Last year, we didn't have them last year for the virus, but the year before, we had about 45. So this goes to show what's happened, you know, since then to here, is it just had so many more folks that want family. And excited that they come here. And I also want to put a shout out to the village fish market. For as long as I remember, and I've been here since 2018, been happy before that, the fish market underwrites, provides all of the food for the so,
Can you tell us a little bit about the cost of membership, what that gives you, and the daily cost also?
Sure, our daily cost, will start with that. So there's three prices. There's $12 admission, and these admissions get to see everything in the museum and do everything for as long as you want that we're open. So it's $12 for an adult, $10 for a veteran, and $9 for a youth, 5 to 16, 5 to 15, under 5 is no cost. The Saturday is kids day, so it's $4 on Saturday. It's a significant reduction on Saturday. We have annual memberships, and you're $50 for an adult, $45 for a veteran. But they reduce everything to $5. So anytime you come back, it's $5 for you and up to 4 guests. So if somebody wants to come here 2 or 3 times, it makes sense to just get that annual membership because you can come here for $5. Now we have one other level called a sustaining member, and that's $250. But that gets you free for all of it, anytime you want to come to the museum for gallery experiences. There's no cost for you and up to 4 guests. So we have a number of sustaining members as well as of the it's name membership. It's also tax. That's actually, most of that's a contribution, so it's tax deductible to be a sustaining member. Anything else?
How long does it take you to see most of the museum?
Well, it depends if you want to read everything and watch every video. But I would say the average person spends between 3 and 4 hours here. You know, some less, some more. I've seen here is beautiful. We've seen it the outside veranda with a lot of tables and seating outside and inside. But I have seen a number of visitors bring their lunch and have their lunch out there and continue in the museum. We usually have a 1 o'clock documentary here in the theater every day. It changes every week. So usually what depends on the theme. So this month is aviation month. So each week will be a different documentary about aviation. A unique documentary, something that's not normally seen on cable TV. So sometimes it's some rare footage, some rare things during National Women's History Month. We were averaging between 25 to 30 people a day watching those movies. So it's something that's obviously very interesting to people in the public. So that's another thing that we usually hear about an hour. So folks want to stay, work their day on that documentary. Good questions? Anything else? Okay, well, I hope to see you all in the museum at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Kenny. We're going to conclude right now with the raffles. We did have another speaker, but we'll save that for another time.
All right, great. we have, we learned from the last time that having the winners come running down the stairs is not a good thing. So, as it happens, our volunteer of the month, Mary, is going to deliver the prize to whoever is the winner. Okay. So, our first, we will do the freebies, which is your red ticket. And again, we have 4 gift cards. We have all of them $25, 2 for Walmart and 2 for Winn-Dixie. Okay, everybody ready? Let's see. Oops. I'm gonna hand over my tickets here. My wonderful husband. And let's see, Dick, do you have? Let's have,
We've all got the red ticket.
we've all got the red tickets, so how about you? How about you pick one for us? Is there? Okay, our first ticket, I will give you the last 4 numbers on the red ticket is 0689. Yay, all right, Mary, we have a winner, and sir, your name?
John Francois.
John Francois, and would you like Walmart or Winn-Dixie?
Winn-Dixie.
Okay. All right, here comes your prize.
All right.
Oh, I did, yeah, well, that will try. That's a. Did you get a picture?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mary, just delay a little bit so we can get a picture once you get there. Oh, we got it. Just, stay on your feet.
You don't have to do this 5 times.
Yeah. George. Okay, the cameraman is slow. Hang on.
Take the cap off the lens. No.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, you did so well. Let's go in. Okay, prize number 2. Last 4 numbers, 0676. Oh, way over there.
And which would you like?
She's meeting you halfway.
Which your Walmart?
Oh, my Lord.
And
We
your
got a
name,
runner.
your name?
Nanette Simmons.
Nanette Simmons.
I should have thought.
Got it? Okay, congratulations. Number 3. So you didn't know if you sat in the first row, you become my helper. Okay, number 3, 0694. All righty.
And which would you
We
like?
got Mary running around here.
Better drop their bid yet.
Yeah, and everybody's up in the back rows. Look at Bob.
Her nickname is Jesse Owens.
Okay, and your name?
Bob Mueller.
Bob Mueller. Smile nice for the camera. Got it? Yep. Okay. Okay, and number 4.
Number 4, Walmart.
Okay, number 4 Walmart card. 0675. All right. Sorry. And your name? Marlene. Both.
Oh.
Ready, can you stand up, please?
Oh, there you go. All
Thank you.
right, thank you. Okay, then we have our 50-50. Let's see, I see blue tickets here. Anybody without a blue ticket? I don't have a blue ticket. We're over. Oh, Mary does it. That Mary beat you.
I was over here.
Okay, and for our 50-50, you win $42. And the last four numbers are 3, 9, 9, 1. Over there, yay!
And to make it look a lot more, we spread it out with a whole bunch of.
And your name, the winner is, your name is? Sam Walters.
Wow.
Congratulations, yeah, smile.
And we got to the IRS.
Okay, and then we have, as our final, we have our Acer laptop. Okay, you have, you don't have one? Okay, you're lucky. Good. Mix them good and pull in. Okay. And the winner of our laptop is Fran Robitil.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yep, got a picture.
Here, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alrighty. Anything else?
I already told Dick I had another computer for him in my trunk, so I'm gonna put this one in the trunk and give him the other.
Anything else? Okay, just like you to know that if you can't make it, I'm not sure if you noticed, but we have had 8 or 9 people on Zoom all night, watching. I've had them, that's why we've had 2 computers going and kind of jumping back and forth. So if you cannot make the next meeting, please do try Zooming to still be part of the group, okay? And the president has one last message.
And also, starting tomorrow morning on our website, you can see this meeting, you can see yourself. Go right to the top of the website, it'll say Zoom meeting, click on it, and you'll be able to see the whole meeting in its entirety. And also on there, the last 6 meetings are also on there, so you can go back and take a look at maybe some you've missed. I want to thank everybody for coming and have a nice evening. Thank you very much.
Yeah, do be careful coming down on the stairs.
One time. Wow. Picking up the hook tonight.
Yeah, that means you're doing next month.
That's what I heard.
That'll work out okay.
Did you want to collect the tea?
No.
There's no argument.
Thanks for being flexible, Fran.
No problem.
Yeah, this thing just has a little end that pops open.
Yeah, exactly the same one. Yeah.
$9 on
Yeah.
Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was the wrong, I'm sorry, it was the wrong location.
Oh, okay.
It was the wrong, it was,
Yeah,
further
mine's
down.
the top one. You can get that one.
Stairs at Richmond Hill,
Can you meet me at the front of the stairs? at 15 minutes?
George, are these yours?
Oh, yeah.
Stop share. Guess we're done, right?